Recently I haven't posted many videos about the waterfall, even though they've been here, quite strong ones recently, and last one was just 2 days ago, I think, 2 or 3 days ago. And I decided not to film because it's so regular, but now as it started again just 2 days later, it's too often now. I hope it will be a short one, as the bigger waterfall came just 2 days ago. It was all inundated my cave, and one before, a couple of weeks ago, was during the heavy rain, so it wouldn't be visible anywhere. Yeah, it's quite a lot actually here, even here shows up. The frog which lived here is gone. I haven't seen now for over half a year, and either the birds or the cats have taken care of it. I think the birds, because the cats started visiting this place regularly later, when frog was gone already. And now is again quiet about mice. No more mice here. And at least 3 different cats are paying visit here. Usually mice are somewhere there, and cats like this place at night. Sit and wait for mice here. So that's good. Now it's quiet again, no more mice. Even though I had to put some mice traps up, because a month ago we've been quite bothering already inside the cave as well, at night, making noises. So I don't want to kill the mice, but I put some small traps which just scare them off, and they've been clacking quite a few. This is a big one, but just in case. But the small ones, I've heard a couple of times at night. They made some clacks and scared off only the mice. One mouse was screaming and running away, but it didn't kill it. So that's what I want. I don't want to kill them, and after I put the traps there, just scare traps, let's say, not big enough to kill them, they don't walk anymore that way. They walk other ways. So from time to time I change the place, and so mice have stopped coming to the cave, and then I've seen them running later, running around the wall here. They're pretty good climbers, the mice. But since the cats started visiting me more often, then the mice are gone again. Either run away themselves or got their destiny by cats. Anyway, I had some ideas about how exactly should I fix the dripping water here, and I was thinking all kind of ways, because even if I put another sheet on top of that instead of that one, instead of these two which I have, I was wondering that I was watching how the water exactly flows. So water still drips over here and over there, so I have to slide it somehow underneath. I have to release it, of course, it's fixed strong now, and slide it some way that water then will start coming only in this corner here. So with the inclination it starts dripping right here, which doesn't bother me. It's more bothering when it's on my head. But of course it's not a deadly issue, water on top of head. But it's possible to do it better. As I've said it many times, that my idea isn't it make any palace here, just minimum job possible, not to keep me busy with construction or fixing here, as I have more important things to do, especially on my research, because my priority is longevity and healthy longevity, and scientists are now saying that you shouldn't die now in coming 10 years, try not to die. So the science already so far with animal trials, etc., prolonging life and improving youth. So even returning, turning back the clock, aging clock on bodily functions. So they think that in next 10 years it will be available already for humans as well, the treatment to stay healthy and not aging, at least not fast. And if you can delay your aging, then later on the science advances as well. So already decades ago, scientists had said that there should be a aging escape velocity. So there is no more, not yet definitive anti-aging treatment available, but once you can prolong your life 10 years, and after 10 years there is new science, then more 20 years and more 50 years, so we should be already, it's already decades ago, scientists said that people who have born in 2000s, beginning of millennia, they already should reach their escape velocity. They shouldn't die anymore because of science advances as well. But the point is that for that I need to keep me alive and healthy. Look, what is that? Traces up. That is okay. A regular check. These are all fine. So that's what I'm working on top of my meditation and my science research. I can't count on the pills which will be available maybe in a decade or two to rejuvenate myself. I have to work on it myself with my own methods, which I'm doing. This is the second one, losing now due to sun and elements. It's disintegrating, so I think, is it really good that if your plastic is biodegradable like that, it's in the end it's gonna cost more to produce a new one if you have to change them constantly. So this BS, bad science, again, is not good to apply everywhere. Biodegradable things often mean more production, because if it doesn't last for 10 years, maybe in 10 years you have to do it last year I put the same as there, put one. In 1 year it's gone. So if a plastic was, I threw it away already, the plastic, the rest is only here. If imagine if the plastic, instead of one piece of plastic which would last 10 years, degrades in just 1 year, the biodegradable, so to say, then you have to produce 10 of these, which is not good for environment, because production also is polluting the nature. So that BS has to stop. Better to produce the plastic which lasts for 100 years, and there are technologies which can recycle the plastic to do other things from it, even oil, turn it back to oil with special chemicals and heat. So this BS is not good for animals neither, even though biodegradable. In the meantime, it hurts everyone, including the humans themselves. Anyway, long story again today. One more comment about the microplastics. Last year I shared one article of a scientist explaining that all the nanoparticles and microplastic scare is overhyped, that any particles in organism, regardless are they from rock, stone, or from wood or other natural elements, they also create microplastics, not microplastics, the nanoparticles. So microelements are all around the nature. So our body has evolved in millions of years to deal with that. And any particles which are tiny are taken care of by our natural processes and eliminated from bodies. So plastics are no different. And these images also, which have had been shown in TV and newspapers, etc. years ago already, that birds and ocean birds, they have full of stomach of hard plastic stuff, and this is natural process of the birds for digestion improvement. If there was no plastics, the birds will swallow stones and use them to crush them food in the stomach. So this is of course this is bad for pollution and everything, the plastic, this is another story, but not the microelements, not the nanoparticles. I mean, these are not disasters for human body. Of course there have been already for decades already that even in crematorium workers they have said that humans are hard to burn because they are full of chemicals, full of plastic, and which doesn't burn, which clumps, but this shouldn't affect so much the living organism. If it's anything which is too much, of course it's gonna affect. Even if you drink too much water, you're gonna die because you dilute your minerals, and your heart will have no possibility to have electric impulses and the cell dissolve. If you drink without eating any minerals, you drink tens of liters of water a day or two, you will die. I mean, so anything too much is bad for body. But in general, the microplastics and nanoparticles, they are dealt with in our body in a normal amount. So if you live in Sahara or some areas where a lot of stones are in the sand grinding, and we have full of nanoparticles. So there's no difference for a body if you are full of tiny sand particles or tiny plastic particles in your body. So they are not digestible. They are just a burden on your body function. And same with wood. If you live in dense woods, which looks like you're living in a nature, in fact the wood, the bark is shedding all the time nanoparticles, so you're breathing it in. So that's just overhyped. But look at the article. My how to say, verbal communication is much worse than my understanding, because I read a lot but I don't talk too much in science. I write better, but when I write, then I can verify the words and sentences, etc. So I do a lot of corrections, but as I'm not native speaker of English, it's better to read my articles instead of listening what I'm talking. So in my website you will find this article. Either you type in search microplastics or nanoparticles, one of two, you will find this article. which explains is it really bad or not, and what can we do about it.